Hello marketers, welcome back to our channel Martech Market. In our previous video, we saw the different stages of marketing. These stages to be creating brand awareness, engaging with your customers, retaining your customers through repeated engagement. Fourth stage to be customer advocacy, where you get in new customers from your existing customers. Then we went a little deep into how exactly does brand create brand awareness programs through different modes of communication. We saw how it is done through social media. Then we saw how it is done through Google, affiliate marketing, traditional marketing, word of mouth marketing. Last but not the least, we saw how it is done through network and direct marketing. In today's video, we are going to see how customer engagement and retention is done for both those brands that is selling their product through either an online e-commerce store, which is through a website or an app, or those brands that is selling their products through an offline retail store, which are these physical store where people go out and do shopping. Now, first, let us see how exactly customer engagement and retention is done when it comes to an online e-commerce store. But before that, let us understand the customer journey when they enter an online e-commerce store, or the different touch points that we have right from a user visiting a website to doing a transaction with them to doing a repeated transaction with them. What exactly happens is the obvious first step is the user would be first visiting their website or launching their app. Once they visit their website and launch their app, they would be searching for a particular product of their interest, and basis the result of the search, if at all they like a product, they'll view that particular product for more information or view multiple products which is of their interest. And once they view a particular product, if at all they like a product or like multiple products, they'll add those products to the cart and then proceed on to a checkout page where they enter the shipping details, the payment details and stuff. In between any of these stages, the user might even end up registering onto the website where they give in their email address and phone number, and then proceed on to going ahead and doing a transaction with the brand. So this is where the first goal of engagement ends. I'm saying the first goal of engagement because the idea is to get any visitor who's coming onto the website to do a transaction with them or to do a first transaction with the brand. And this is where the retention phase starts. Now, when it comes to retention, what the brand would want to do is the brand would want to get this user revisit the website every now and then doing a repeated transaction with the website. And during this process, they might even want the user to refer their friends and family so that they get more similar customer who can come onto their website and do a transaction. Idea is to achieve different milestone with this customer. When I say milestone, I'm referring to getting this user do the first transaction, do the second transaction, or do the 10th transaction, refer some 10 users onto their website, or over a period of time, become their loyal and star customers, right? This is a typical customer journey when it comes to an online e-commerce store. But in between this, a user can drop off at any time. And in today's video, we are going to talk how exactly does a brand implement various engagement and retention strategies to avoid this drop-off. What kind of an engagement do they do between each of the stages so that the user do not drop? First, let us look at the different app and web engagement as the brand do. So when I say app and web engagement, these kind of engagements are done right when the user is there on the brand's website or the app. Let us pick up the first stage where the user is visiting their website and searching for a particular product. How do they ensure there is no drop off in this particular stage, or they avoid a drop off in this particular stage? The brand would implement a concept called as nudges. So when I talk about nudges, the brand actually knows what kind of an activity done by an end user visiting their website leads to a lesser drop off, leads to a better retention. So that way, they will try to get the user do that particular activity by either showing a tooltip or spotlighting that particular feature that is there in their app. Say, for example, if I'll have to take a fashion e-commerce example or a website, what exactly happens is all those people who go and click on their search bar and searches for a particular product on their website has higher chances of retention. If that is the case, this particular brand would have put a spotlight on the search bar, so that as soon as the user enters their website, they will immediately be shown that search bar so that the user can go and search for the product of their interest. If you go by this example that you see on the screen, this particular brand has put a spotlight on my wallet button, because they feel whenever a user goes and fills in the wallet, the chances of retention is high. Now, if at all, even after nudging a user to do a certain action, the user does not do and try to drop off, where the user would be moving their cursor towards the close button, or user would be clicking on back button to close the app, the brand will then implement something called as exit intent pop-ups. So when I talk about exit intent pop-up, they would either collect the email address or phone number, request the user to register onto their website, so that they can send different offers and services of theirs. Idea is to open up another channel of communication with the end customer, so that they are able to retain this customer by somehow communicating these customers through various channels and getting them back to the website over a period of time. These exit intent could either be registration or first time offer or anything, right? Now let's go to the second stage, where a user searches for a particular product, but is about to drop off before viewing a particular product. To avoid this, what a brand would be doing is they would be focusing on search optimization. So when I talk about search optimization, it has majorly 4 objectives. The first objective is to make the search a little easy for the end customer. Second objective is to have no zero result pages. We'll talk about this in detail. Third objective is to understand the intent of that particular search and show the results accordingly. Fourth objective is to have the right sorting on their website and app, so that the user is shown the best product on the top. Now let us go and understand each of this objective in detail. Let us pick up the first objective, which is ease of search. I'll show you an example. If a user has come onto this website and searches for mattress, look at the different option that this website throws, so that it makes this particular search a little easy for the end user. So this is what we call as ease of search, where the brand is already recommending basis the keywords the user has entered. Now let us go to the second option or second objective, which is zero result page. Now what do I mean by zero result page? Is very simple. Whenever a user searches for something on this brand's website or app, the website should not throw a page where it says, sorry, we could not find any results. So if you go by this example, this particular user has searched for summer tops for women, and the color they have selected is purple, yellow, and blue, and the size is small. Instead of showing a page where it shows, sorry, we could not find any results, the brand could have taken a user to a page where it at least shows some summer tops for women and near colors to this purple, yellow, or blue, right? This is something this brand could have done, so that they are ensuring that the user does not drop off and is rather clicking on a product that is similar to the search intent. Moving on to the third objective of search optimization, the idea is to understand intent of a particular search. When I say understand an intent, to give you an example, when I went to this website and searched for blush pink dresses, rather than showing me results for dresses which is blush pink in color or pink in color, this particular brand threw me results of blushes, which is a makeup item. So what actually this particular brand understood as an intent is, the end user is searching for blushes which is pink in color, rather than understanding this user is searching for dresses which is blush pink in color. Even if this brand did not have blush pink dresses, they should have shown me results which is near pink color or near blush pink color, right? Now let's go on to the fourth objective, which is the right sorting. Going by the previous example itself, say this brand understood my intent right and threw me results which is near blush pink color. It should have still shown me these two products on top rather than these two products on top, because this is more close to blush pink or very much pink in color rather than these two products. So these are the 4 objectives when it comes to search optimization. And when the brand does search optimization right, the drop off between a user searching for a particular product and viewing product drastically drops. Moving on to the next stage, let us try and understand the different app and web engagement strategy a brand would implement to avoid a user dropping off between viewing a particular product and adding it to the cart. To understand this, let us take this example where a user is viewing this particular product, which is of the category ethnic dresses. And if you look at this product, it has floral prints on it, right? Now, what this brand would be doing is they'll try to implement something called as product recommendation. Now, if you look at this example, the brand is recommending certain products, which is very similar to the product the user is viewing. If you see these product, all of this product has some floral prints on it. The only thing it is varying in is the color of the product or the price of the product or the brand of the product. They'll also go a little category higher. They'll try to show different ethnic wear options that the user has so that the user does not drop after viewing a particular product and they do not like this product. They end up giving more options to the user so that they stick onto the website, try to find out the best product of their interest, and then add it to the cart. Now, let us get into the last stage before a user does a transaction, where the user could probably drop between adding a product to the cart and filling in this information of shipping and payment details in the checkout page. How do they avoid a drop off here is they'll go back to the concept of nudges, where they highlight certain key elements on this page. When I say key element, they'll either highlight different offers that is available for the user to end up doing this transaction, or highlight the free shipping or whatever it is, what additional benefit they can give so that the user ends up doing this transaction. In spite of doing this nudging, if the user still prefers to move the cursor towards the close button, they'll try to recommend certain product basis the product the user has added to the cart, saying, hey, why drop off? Would you be interested in these products? Or these, this is again the exit intent concept we discussed earlier. Or they would even end up giving an offer. If they don't want to re-recommend, they'll try to give an offer to get this user hang on and do a transaction with them. Now, what we saw so far are the different app and web engagement strategy a brand would implement to avoid user dropping off in between any of these stages. But in spite of brand doing all these strategies, there would be a lot of users still dropping off. Now, to ensure the brand is able to re-engage and get these users back onto their website and do a transaction, they depend on various offline channels of communications. Now, before we get into what is offline channels of communication, let us understand certain terminology. Now, if a user is visiting a website and not searching for a particular product or viewing a product and dropping off in between this stage, we call it as browser abandoned. Now, if a user is searching for a particular product or viewing a particular product but does not add it to the cart and drop off, we call it as product abandoned. And if a user is adding a particular product to the cart and does not do a transaction with them, we call it as cart abandoned. Now, to re-engage with this user who are dropping across each of the stage, we have different channels of communications like an app push notification or an email or a web push notification or SMS, WhatsApp, retargeting. We'll talk about this in detail. Or last but not the least is custom audience. Now, let us look at what kind of communication a brand would send at the browser abandoned stage. So if you look at this particular brand, they have spoke on the lines of first buy offer. If at all a user has come to the website for the first time and does not do a transaction, these brands would be sending out communication on the lines of first transaction offer, right? Or they would also send communication on the lines of curated picks for you, specially picked for you, and they will show the best sellers of their website or the latest collections of their website. Sometimes few brands would mix both of this, where they will show the different top sellers of their website or latest collection on the website. They'll add it up with this particular offer, first time offer, right? Now, if at all a user is doing a cart or a product abandon, they will try to focus on a concept called as personalization. What they exactly do here is They will highlight the products the user has viewed and dropped or added to the cart and dropped. They'll talk about different offers they have on the products they are left in the cart, or they'll talk about a price drop, or they will just simply remind that, hey, you have left these beautiful products in the cart. And additional to that, what they will also try to do is, there is a reason that these users would have left this product in the cart and dropped off. Now, to create more interest, they'll try to show similar products or different options when it comes to the product the user has searched for or dropped on. So this way, they'll try to personalize the whole content, create more interest, and get this user back onto the website. Now, this is what they do on email. The same thing can be done on an app push notification or a web push notification or an SMS or WhatsApp communication. Now, if at all they don't want to use any of these channels of communication, they'll also, or after using any of these channels of communication, they'll implement something called as remarketing. Now, to understand remarketing, it is very simple. You visit a particular website, view a particular product, you drop off. When you go to a different website, you will see the ad of the product that you have left in the cart or product that you have dropped off on, right? Now, if it is browser abandoned, what they will do is they'll simply talk about their offering on a different website. If you go by this example, the user had visited this Bluehost website, just visiting and dropping off. They saw this ad on a yahoo.com where they are talking about just the pricing. There's no particular personalization done here. It's just more to do with offers and stuff, but they see it on a different website. Now, if the same user had viewed, let us take this website to be a fashion e-commerce, the same user had viewed a particular product and dropped off, or added a particular product and dropped off, they would have seen those products here on a different website. Now, the same thing can be done on a social media as well. This particular user had visited a particular website, added a product to the cart. The same products can be shown on your social media page. Let's look at the last option a brand has to retarget this user basis the drop off. We call it as custom audience. Now, if the brand has collected the email ID and phone number of the user, they can upload this email ID and phone number of this user to different social media channels, or even Google for that matter. And then if at all that phone number and email ID matches the profile that the user has used, or the email ID that the user has used to create a social media profile, or logged in with that particular email ID on a particular browser of Google's property, to that particular user, the specific ads can be shown on their social media or Google. This is what we call as custom audience. So far, what we saw is the way a brand engages with the user before they do the first transaction. So this is what we call as engagement so far. The first objective of engagement is to get the user do the first transaction. But once the user does the first transaction, we try to get this user repeat the website visit and do repeated transaction. This is what we call as retention, right? So in our next video, we are going to talk about the different engagement and retention strategy the brand would implement to get and make their users a loyal customers of theirs. Hope this video was helpful. Please do subscribe to our channel for more such content. Have a great day.